Who is Jarabai and who is Lennox Onyango?
Yeah, you cannot say Jarabai man as saying Ongwano Jarabai.
Ongwano Jarabai.
Yes.
Okay.
A typical name that only one of the few elders in my village, in Seme Kokelo Kalanderero, the legendary Seme, the Rocky Land, can recognize. Ongwano Jarabai.
Did the government respond?
Of course, I think we should have carried or ferried and harbored around 2,000 comrades, yeah, to give a feedback, to help us give a response, because the response I received, we read it was about in the afternoon, and we had spoken very amicably, very vibrantly, and had come with a unanimous and a homogeneous approach to mitigate the litigation that had occurred from the officers responsible. A very significant question, paramount, Being a comrade, I know people are working hard and we must motivate them to come to university.
Yes.
Because this is the cradle, heritage, apex, and summit of intellectual rationality development. Yeah. Being a wise man. Yeah. Or being a wise man.
Okay. How would you define to someone who wants to join university, how to navigate being a comrade? Ujanja mbili hapa ujanja mbili tatu hapa na pale.
Yeah, a very significant question.
Yes.
Yeah, paramount. Yeah. Being a comrade, I know people are working hard and we must motivate them to come to university.
Yes.
Because this is the cradle, heritage, apex, and summit of intellectual rationality development. Yeah. So you realize that when you come to comrades, typically, somebody is asking him or herself, pass mark is only 40%. Yes. And you are, you hear people are not graduating.
You wonder.
Or people are drinking soup carelessly. Yes. We must realize that in university, it's like within university and other elementary studying programs, and I'm being specific, university.
Yes.
There is something called academia.
Yes.
There is something called curriculum. There is something called asset building. Academia is what you do in class.
Yes.
It's anything you get or
class.
you venture into to at least get 40%.
True.
That's academia.
Yes.
Curriculum is anything within the realms of the university that you engage yourself in. Either sporting,
clubs, and
absolutely for interests.
Yes.
Yeah. That is curriculum.
Yes.
And finally, asset building.
Yes.
Now these are extra university activities, extra campus activities that you must involve yourself in, legal or otherwise, to sustain yourself.
Legal or otherwise.
And that one should contain 60%, at least 60% of your stay in the university. Otherwise, it will be chaotic.
Yeah. Ask
me why.
Why?
Especially at Technical University of Kenya, where comrades just come and you are trained to go to university, go to the class, go to lab, go to workshop. I want to tell you that unless you engage in activities that can earn you something, minus choosing, it becomes a trouble. That is why you see some comrades sometimes, by daytime they're students, by evening they are conductors of different matatus.
Yes.
Or they are hype men in matatu. You know what a hype man is?
Kamagera. Kamagera.
Yeah, these people that if you know this race to Kangundo Road,
yes,
or a bit of Ngong Road sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah, these people that beat the vehicle carelessly, slap the vehicle, and you are hanging with one hand, and the feet are fleeting in the air.
Yes.
Yeah, that is now the ultimate, being a comrade.
Yes.
Or sometimes you realize that some comrades, like now there are a lot of floods.
Yes.
Some comrades are evacuators.
Yes. Yes, yes. They
Like we had some comrades in Kuru Kwanjenga, isolating people infected or the victims of floods.
Yes.
Yeah, they carrying heavy people and just for something. That is being a comrade. Yeah, typically some comrades will also, of course, try to dress up well, suit up well.
Yes.
Of course, a comrade, you must have at least one suit.
One suit.
And it must always be clean. And one white shirt.
And one white shirt.
A red tie and a pocket square.
What's the significance of that?
The significance of that is because you might get a professional appointment.
Yes.
With an area MCA or area member of parliament.
Yes.
Or with the vice chancellor.
True. True.
And you know the reason why you are doing that, you must be presentable. People must think, and of course a pair of shoes.
Yes.
Sourced from Kamukunji.
Yes.
New.
Yes.
And for that one you can just have everything.
Yes.
That is being a comrade.
Yes.
So those wanting to join campus, they must know that indeed it is an extreme zeal of temerity that sustains one the university. It is not about academia only. It's about indulging the streets. And that is why I must advocate that people explore studies within the city or within the capital. Yeah, to just learn how to navigate. I'm not trying to negate or power bile on different kind of setups, but that is just the reality.
I get your point. Yeah. Now, that's like an advice to those people who say that campus hakuna masomo. Like heri uwekee hiyo pesa upe mtoto umwekee biashara badala ya umpeleke campus.
Those are intellectually inferior people speaking like that. How do you try to demote and half-weight education? Intellectually inferior people are the people that can speak beyond that. Campus is the hub. Education must be embraced by any means necessary. Otherwise, how will you be running different kind of programs in the country if people are uneducated? Otherwise, how will you be liberated?
True.
Because the greatest point of liberation, to liberate you from your culture, not from your culture, of course, but to integrate you with different kind of people, to ensure that you are not intellectually and intelligently rigid. It is at the campus level that you learn that I must stay with somebody. You are forced to book a room with somebody. Not book a room like Airbnb or something.
Yes.
A roommate, something like that.
A hostel.
Yeah, sometimes you must carry, you have only fare for one person and you are two people. So one is forced to carry the other. You learn such kind of characters.
Yes.
You have not seen it.
True. I've seen it. I've seen it.
Fifth year normally carry first years because they realize that the first year has fare and the fifth year laughs and they are roommates.
Yes.
So the fifth year sacrifices to carry this man in a matatu or this lady in a matatu just to arrive home safely.
True.
You learn such kind of social integration and social responsibility. So campus must be embraced. Campus must be feared. And nobody must talk ill against being in university.
True. Wow, that's so profound. That's so profound. Now, you being in university, you are pursuing civil engineering. Yeah. What was the thought behind civil engineering?
The thought
why wouldn't you? Because I expected you to be doing maybe something like political science or international relations. Why civil engineering?
Well, number one, I was extremely qualified to do civil engineering. And whatever you're telling me to do, I was too overqualified.
For that course?
For that course,
okay.
Yes. Based on my academic merits.
Yes.
Yeah, at the KCSE level, secondary level.
Okay.
Yeah. So civil engineering has always been very fascinating. And I just explore. Yeah. Engineering is the hub. Engineering is, the world is running because of engineering, not any other thing. For matatu, for roads, for floods to run, it has to be engineering and nothing else.
True.
Yeah. So I think I prefer it because I like infrastructural development and I like the designs, extremely visible designs. Yeah, not like electrical engineers do very, they miniature things. As for us, we magnify things. You get it?
I get it.
So civil engineering is one thing I like, and also I like it because typically you must understand that the most dangerous kind of mistakes that can occur. For example, you can imagine Burj Khalifa falling down. So I'm fascinated. How is it standing? Yeah. In a desert land. True. With quicksand.
Even me, it's a question that I always ask myself.
Such kind of knowledge, when you look at just behind us here, Times Towers falling on top of Central Bank.
True.
And KICC smashing Supreme Court.
Yes.
The question is, what is the science beyond that? And that is just what gives me the zealotry and the elan and fascism to ensure that I proceed with that. So civil engineering has always been within.
True.
Yeah.
Now, back in 2022, you did receive a presidential award.
If you are very keen
Yes.
and very much extravagant with facts, you realize it is Vice Chancellor's Award, not presidential.
No, okay.
Yeah, so it was Vice Chancellor's Award.
Okay.
The greatest, extremely, highly possible award a student can win within a university. Yes, so it was Vice Chancellor's Award. So you asked me?
What was the significance of the award?
Of course, it has really made me get invitations and from different kind of bodies. Yeah, just to talk to. Sometimes we are invited by professors or lecturers or vice chancellors, just to go and address comrades or address a group of lecturers. Yeah, or we do some mentorship activities courtesy of that award. So it was it became at a very right moment. I think I was in, was it 4th year? Yeah, yeah, at the right moment. So it has really catapulted and given me an impetus to continue with doing different kind of work of career development, different kind of high schools and campuses.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, you being a good orator, to say, how often do you read? Like, on a daily basis, how often do you read? Because you have so much to say. How often do you read?
The question is, it should be, whether is it reading books or reading articles?
Books and
a
articles.
book,
Yes.
yeah.
A book, to be specific.
Specific.
Yes.
Daily.
You read a book daily.
Daily, yeah. And I explore literature. Yeah, a whole shelf of books and literature, and a member of different book clubs, or a lead or director of different book clubs, where we explore literature from adventure, drama, fiction, or action literature, yeah, or legend literature. This with maybe things like mythology, dragons, legend of Homer, dragons, different kind of things. So I read almost on a daily basis. Yeah, like right now, which one am I reading? Yeah, and maybe rereading, and I don't read books once. Yeah, at least 17 times.
17 times?
Yeah.
At least 17?
At least 17 times. So you realize that you must just master. It's not about, many people say, how do you speak this, how do you speak that? Today I've not spoken anything big, of course, you know. So, you see, it is one thing to know a word.
True.
And it is another thing to know the contextuality
of the word.
Of the word.
True.
Yes. So you must understand, when I want to say, yeah, the city of Usineni are entirely shone with the great quivers of the morning rays as the morning shade of his nocturnal topper. You get it?
Yes.
So you know, you can know nocturnal, you can know topper. But how do you contextualize it?
Yes, yes.
That's the question now. Yeah, so I believe it's all about reading, and we explore different literature. Yeah, from Kenyan literature by Ngugi wa Thiong'o, yes. Grace Ogot, Meja Mwangi,
Binyavanga.
Going down the river on Binyavanga, M. Gicheru, yes. Across the bridge,
yes.
And John Kiriamiti.
Oh, I love it.
And you realize that we have Margaret Ogola, of course, Margaret Ogola, The Promised Land, A Grain of Wheat,
yes.
Ngugi wa Thiong'o, and I like Petals of Blood by Ngugi wa Thiong'o, and I Will Marry When I Want.
Yeah, I Will Marry When I Want. I love the play. I've not read the book, but I love
Ngugi wa
the
Miri.
Yeah.
You go to Uganda, you get Moses Isagawa, you get Okot Pibi Tek.
Yeah, I love his poems.
Yeah, the Song of Lawino.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get different, yeah, how do you call him, Sekotoma. You go to Tanzania, Brisa Gorna, and different kind of writers. But now when you go to West Africa, you get to the hub of writing.
Yeah.
Helen of Biagele. And even you look at the pace setters. Have you read this pace setter we used to read in primary schools?
Pace setters?
Like these pace setters books by maybe The Delinquent, Mohamed Soule.
No, I haven't.
It's not too late.
It's
yeah.
not too late.
Yeah, reading is for everyone. So I think that's a good feedback. Yeah, because of time.
Nice. Now, when through your reading adventurous ways, now, how do you think people who are in campus should utilize their free time? Because there are people who can't read a whole book. There are people who like they don't have that much concentration to read a whole book. Now what should they start with so that they can cultivate that culture of reading? Yes.
You went to high school.
Yes.
And you're very serious in high school.
Yes.
Have you ever seen where they tell people to read novels?
Yeah.
Plays?
True.
Short stories?
True.
Why? For dynamic and diversified development.
Okay.
There are some people, even you, there are some people who said, oh, I love literature. I mean, I love novels as opposed to play. Others who say, I love short story.
Yes.
Now, that one should be anticipated, that the way you love novels, maybe. Which one did you read?
I read Chozi Lahiri and Blossoms of the Savannah.
Chozi Lahiri and Blossoms of the Savannah?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So maybe if you love that one and different kind of plays, so someone who love play, you continue with the play. Someone who love novels, and it is just to instigate an act of reading within you.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, to conclude, because it's been a very nice conversation, to conclude, what is your plea to the government in matters literature, enhancing literature, incentivizing literature in campus to students?
Number one, to ensure that literature is nurtured.
Yes.
Whatever you do, whether it is smoking, drinking alcohol, whether it is going to the library and studying, whether it's going to CU, whether it's going to a church or a mosque or a temple, or being an atheist, there is something that motivates you.
True.
So the government must introduce very fair competitions, with very good prizes to embrace the culture of writing. Because the moment you embrace writing, you embrace reading.
True.
And when you embrace reading, you embrace communication. When you embrace communication, you become globally competitive.
True.
When you look at these bodies, like maybe World Bank, IMF, you look at, which one? United Nations.
AFDB.
Yeah, AFDB.
Yes.
You realize that, like Dr. Tedros and Adum Ghebreyesus.
Yes.
Yes, of World Health Organizations.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a doctor. But the question is, what distincted him? How can he articulate people before diplomats? Articulate issues. That's what matters. To become globally competitive. Or maybe Akinwumi Adesina, the president of Africa Development Bank. There's something that matters. Have you listened to their speeches?
Ghebreyesus, yes.
Yeah. And do you know the SG of United Nations?
No.
Antonio Guterres.
Guterres, yeah.
Of Portugal.
Yes.
Yeah, he's an electrical engineer, electrical and physics engineer. But what has made him be a head of a social organization?
Through the power of
that is what we're talking about. Yeah. So when you look at the president maybe of World Bank, who was just in Kenya yesterday, is of same academic qualification, but there must be a difference. So the government must introduce that if they are really serious with ensuring that the citizens and the youth, as they develop, are globally competitive in articulating words. That's what matters.
Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a nice session with the one and only Lennox Onyango, Ongwano Jarabai. He's a very informative guy. I hope you've learned. I personally have learned a lot during this session, and I look forward to having you again as a guest. And next time, I know that we will expound more on other things that touch on the youth and the development of the youth. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much. And for our viewers, I believe that has been a very magnanimously ambient converse filled with tinges and tinctures of communicado analysis of different kind of realms, dogmas, disciplines of life. And my name is, of course, Onyango Lennox, and as you have been told, or Ongwano Jarabai, as my stage name in different kind of activities. And civil engineering enthusiast, earthquake engineering enthusiast, seismic activities, astrophysics and astronomy, exploring interstellar space, and cosmic microwave background, and also a love of philosophy and sublime, from Aristotle to Plato and the apex Socrates. So thank you again, till we behold each other's countenance next time. Thank you.
Subscribe, comment, and share, and like this video. Thank you.